In this video, I'll help you unlock the math skill, finding a percentage of an amount. Most students memorize steps, and that's where the mistakes start. I'm going to show you 3 simple keys, the exact pieces of information you need to make this skill feel easy to learn. I've refined these keys over 10 years of teaching, and they're the ideas I wish someone showed me earlier. In this section, you will learn where this skill is used in the real world. Imagine you walk into a store and see this sign, 40% off everything. Sounds amazing, right? You spot a jacket, it looks perfect. Then you check the price tag, $80. Now suddenly, this decision isn't so simple. How much money do you actually save? And what price will you actually pay? Here's the catch. Stores don't tell you the discount in dollars. They tell you the discount as a percentage. So if you can't turn a percentage into a real amount of money, then you have no idea if it's actually a good deal. In this lesson, you're going to learn the exact skill that smart shoppers use every day. How to calculate a percentage of an amount. So when you see a discount like this, you won't guess, you'll know. In this section, you will learn how to find a percentage of an amount with a calculator. Suppose we want to find 30% of $150. Before we type anything in, we need to understand what this question is actually asking. Finish the sentence. A percentage is really just a fraction out of, yes, 100. So 30% can be rewritten as 30 over 100. Now there's another hidden clue inside this question. In mathematics, the word of means multiplication. So when we translate the question into maths, it becomes 30 over 100 multiplied by 150. Now we have something we can actually calculate. When we enter this into the calculator, we get $45. That means 30% of $150 is $45. Now percentages appear everywhere in our daily life. So next, we're going to learn how to calculate percentages without relying on technology. In this section, you will learn how to find a percentage of an amount with mental skills. Now, calculators are helpful, but if you really want to be fast and confident with percentages, you need strategies that you can do in your head. So here are 2 powerful tips that make percentage questions much easier. Tip 1, equivalent fractions. Many percentages secretly have simple fraction versions hiding behind them. For example, let's find 25% of 200. If you see 25%, that should trigger a memory because 25% means 25 out of 100, and that fraction simplifies to 1/4. Now suddenly the problem becomes much easier. Instead of finding 25% of 200, we just need to find 1/4 of 200. And 1/4 means divide by 4. 200 divided by 4 equals $50. Much faster, no calculator needed. And 25% isn't the only friendly percentage. Think about 50%. 50% is 50 out of 100, which becomes the fraction 1/2. So finding 50% of any amount simply means divide the number by 2. There are actually several percentages that have simple equivalent fractions, and these will become your shortcuts for non-calculator questions. Tip 2, the commutative law. But what happens when the percentage doesn't have a nice fraction? That's where tip number 2 becomes powerful. We use something called the commutative law. Now that sounds complicated, but you already use it. Addition is commutative. 3 plus 5 gives you the same answer as 5 plus 3. Multiplication works exactly the same way. Let's look at this question. 64% of 50. Now 64% doesn't convert into a simple fraction easily. So this looks tricky. But watch what happens. 64% of 50 means 64% multiplied by 50. And since multiplication is commutative, we can swap the numbers and rewrite this as 50% of 64. And 50% is a friendly percentage. It equals 1/2. Half of 64 is 32. If you check both methods on a calculator, you'll get the exact same answer. You now know all the key information on this concept. However, can you solve all exam style questions? Watch this next video to master questions easily.